Good morning. In this video, we are going to learn how to set up an Essential Elements interactive account. I'm going to start in my Google Teams or my Microsoft Teams. I'm going to go to my virtual classroom. So I click my band class. I go to the top of my screen, click two more, and I select virtual classroom. Now that I'm in my virtual classroom, I want to go to the band room. Here's the band room, left click. Now I'm going to click this fancy looking E. This is going to take me to my Essential Elements interactive website. Left click. I don't have an account yet, so I want to sign up. Underneath the login button, the arrow is, you're going to select sign up. I am a student, so I'm going to select student account. Our EEI school code is Mead Middle Band 2. You're going to type Mead Middle Band 2. Select enter. Next, it wants your EEI student ID. Your student ID is your school student ID. So enter in your 6-digit Mead school student ID. I have a fake one. You're entering in your school ID and hit enter. This is where you are going to use your book to enter in your activation code. You can only use a code one time. So when you use your code, you can't give it to a friend and have them use it. Okay. You need to say that you have your own copy of this Essential Elements book. And if you've read them, you agree to their terms. You're going to enter the activation code from the first page of your book. Here's a guide to find it. It's going to be under the front cover at the bottom. It's going to be long. Include your dashes. That's your activation code. Some of you have an old band book that doesn't have an activation code. If that's you, you're going to click, I have an older book without an activation code. Okay? So if you enter the code, you're done. But if you don't have it, you're going to enter in your ISBN code from the back. That's your 13-digit one. If you have a really old book and it doesn't have that, you can enter in the 10 one. Okay? But you should have a 13-digit one. I have a book with a 13-digit code, so I'm going to enter that in. When you're done, hit continue. Now you're going to create your username and password. They have a tip. They say make sure you write this down. I recommend you use your first initial and your last name. Your first initial and your last name. If that name is already taken, just add the number 1 at the end. If that's taken, add a 2. Just keep adding until it's open. So that's my password. Make sure you remember it. I recommend using your school password. I recommend using your school password. If you want to show the password, you can look. I made that up. That's a bad password. I recommend using your school password. I'm going to create an account. It's going to verify my information, my username and my password. Yep, that's right. Confirm. Oh no, that username's already in use. I'm going to use a different one. See what he went to. Confirm. Great, my account's been created. Now I just need to go and log in. Student account. Password. Log in. You're signed up. It knew I had a trombone book. It gave me my trombone instrument. You can add your email address, but you do not have to. You do not have to.